Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Bad Movie Night podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we are talking about the 1988 horror movie, Destroyer.
Any pretty pictures and bitch.
Damn it, that was the wrong clip. I picked the wrong clip.
I was going to say, I don't remember that trailer.
It wasn't the trailer. Damn it. Well,
Still
anyways,
worked
it was a little
Tells
bit of
you
a
everything
tease.
you know.
I guess, a little bit of a tease for some stuff coming up here. I do want to say up front, I just want to apologize up front for the game today.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow, really? Bring back one of
I
your
don't know.
classics?
I was struggling to come up with a game idea, and then, that light bulb went off in my head, and I think what we got, did you ever hear the phrase bottled lightning? Lightning in a bottle?
Lightning in a bottle. Okay.
It wasn't that, but it was
Please
something.
tell me you didn't electrocute various things around your house and then took pictures of them while you did it.
No, I don't even know how to do that. I'm not a fucking scientist over here, Aaron. Although I probably could, because we're having our electricity redone in our house, and there's so many open walls with knob and tubes and stuff sticking out everywhere.
Oh, Jesus.
No boy, knob and tube.
That's why we're having our electricity.
Yeah.
Knob and tube
Speaking of knobs,
and tubes.
I put
Wait.
my knob in a tube,
All right.
and Al Gore said, "Look, the internet."
God damn it.
See, just because you're 39 and you reference these old honky tonk things, we are so young and fresh. We don't know what you're talking about, Spiff.
Who's Al Gore?
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
heard of
what's
this.
on fleek this week?
Didn't he invent the internet?
Actually, I shouldn't talk until you hear what this game is. Anyways, it's worse than Al Gore.
Oh, my God.
Guys, we're back. Second episode of 2021 or whatever.
Nice.
The country almost ended,
Explode.
but
Yep.
almost did. But we held
Almost.
on. And
We're
We're on
still
the slow
here.
decline down. We'll get there. Don't worry,
and
people.
By the time you hear this episode, we don't know. We can't guarantee that's still true.
No, I have faith. I'm a positive person. 2021 is the year of positivity for me. I have faith that it'll all come together. The
Everybody's
show
laughing at you.
The show is becoming a raging success, I would call it, at this point.
Raging.
Raging something.
Raging.
Raging.
And so we're
So
talking
successful.
about Destroyer, guys. A little horror movie.
The most successful podcast ever.
Or,
All right, now I'm getting depressed. You guys are assholes. Let's move on. AJ, do you have a plot synopsis?
I do. You want to hear it? Are we doing this
yeah,
like
to this movie.
movie style?
Do it like we always do. Yeah. Go for it. Let's hear it.
All right. Here we go. Drum roll. A serial killer on his way out. A prison riot that runs out of control. A runaway exploitation prison film in the making. Put it all together, and you get this hot garbage of a slasher called Destroyer from 1988.
I don't want to be an actor.
His manly abs. He was ripped. Is he?
Oh my
that
God.
guy was enormous.
He was just.
Yeah.
He played in the NFL for 20 years, dude.
Oh my
Well, and I
God.
think steroids is what eventually did him in. So,
That guy was
He had a brain tumor,
enormous.
right?
yeah.
Oh, my God.
From
all-
excessive steroid use.
I mean, we'll
well,
get to
through
it.
most of the movie, his eyes are popping out of his head.
Dude, and the veins are popping.
It's from watching
Oh.
the shower scene.
That's the intensity we got. Right? Showers.
Guys, I can't wait till we get to that shower scene because
God damn.
It seems like every movie we watch has shower scenes in it these
Right.
days.
I have a feeling Chris has prepared a special clip for that one.
Oh.
well, I have the
that.
shower scene with blurred that we can talk about the details, but I also made a new clip like we did for the old one, like this one. Now we have another one. We have another one, and I feel like this should be every time there's a shower scene in a movie, we make one of those because they're always over music. And
That's
then
gonna be
there'll
like
be a
every
good bad
movie.
movie night award at the end. Pick the best one.
Best shower scene. I like
Best
that.
blurred shower
Best
scene.
shower
Whatever we're going to call it. We'll have to come up with an official
Most
name for that.
inappropriate shower
Best
scene
song
of the year.
during a blurred shower scene. And the winner goes to.
I feel like it could be in multiple category.
Yeah. All right, then we can hand out more awards. I like this.
Well, that was a good history hole or whatever the hell you called that. What are we calling that? Sir? Premise hole, AJ.
It could
Very
be like
nice job.
highest water bill
Highest water bill.
in a scene.
There you go.
I feel like they were efficient in. Well, we'll get to it, and yeah, we'll get to it. Save for the podcast. We'll get into the shower scene. 1988, though, a year, 30 years before that, Spiv was born.
Wow, there you go.
So, can we take a moment and get up in Aaron's history hole and get a little context for the movie and the year it was released?
For Aaron's history hole.
Oh God!
Oh wow, that's an image.
This image
I
comes
didn't click
courtesy
the link.
of
I
a
didn't click it.
YouTube
Oh my god.
viewer of ours.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's funny.
It reminds me of a certain website.
Oh,
Wait,
God
Spiv.
damn.
Spiv, can you elaborate
Just
what
saying.
website?
You had to be alive back then, Chris. In the mid '90s.
So related to Al Gore.
What?
Aaron knows what I'm talking about.
Buttholecams?
I don't think I do.
.com? What was the website?
The word goat comes to mind.
Oh no!
The goatsy.
Oh no! Bad memories.
I don't know what that is.
See,
You
kids.
don't Google
You're
it.
too
Don't
young,
Google
Chris,
it.
you're
Don't
too
Google
young.
it.
Kids
Yes,
nowadays,
Google it,
they
yes.
can quickly see something and then just move away from it. But we had to
original.
download shit for like 14 days.
You're
That's
getting
right.
pixel by
And then-
pixel.
It was the
And
Rick
grandma's
roll
trying to
before
call the
Rick roll.
house and kicking you off mean stream, you know.
What has been seen cannot be unseen. All right, so we're talking about this film, a little film called Destroyer.
Oh, if he actually had a skull head like that.
Oh my goodness.
That would have been
That's what they're
amazing.
missing.
Okay, so its front page featured entitled "Hello.jpg" showing a naked man widely stretching his anus with both of his hands.
That's the dumbest
Interesting.
shit you've said all year. It's a new year. You're good. You're good.
I was focused on. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Move on.
okay.
I had a
Mr.
lot of
Annis.
things I was working through in my head.
All about the anus. All right, so Destroyer from 1988. This movie was released in April 1988. So some other movies released that month were Above the Law.
We
Reese
were just
Seagal.
talking about that.
Skull.
Yeah. We have Brain Damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
Colors.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Sean
Sean
Penn,
Penn and
Yeah.
Robert Duvall.
Duvall. Yep.
That's an interesting one.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. I feel like I saw
No,
the
I
first one, but I don't
That's
remember
like
that
the cult
cartoon.
one, isn't it? The second one, the cult, the Attack of the Return. It's supposed to be the
They
better
should
one,
bring that. When are they bringing that back? They should bring. Why not bring that back?
right?
They don't need to because we have Critters 2, the main course.
There you
I love
go.
that movie.
Great movie.
That's the best Critters movie
And
too.
finally, the tagline that's going to be on your headstone, Chris: "Casual sex." With question
No.
marks.
Well, I said on your headstone.
Why is that
don't
on my
know.
head stuff?
He
No, it
lived
would
as he
be-
died.
It would say that, but then it would have parentheses. I wish or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know why they came to my head. The most recent 1998 movie or 1988 movie we covered was Maniac Cop, way back in Maniac
man.
May of last year.
Oh my god, it feels
That
like
must have
just
been a hard
yesterday.
month.
Actually,
Nah,
it was
man,
not
those
too
movies
bad.
They were
Awesome.
actually pretty
They're
good.
pretty fun. Yeah.
They were great.
So moving along, our director for this film was Robert Kirk. He has
Yes.
14 director credits and 69 producer credits, almost
See?
entirely for
All
documentaries.
right.
That's where he's stopping, right?
An example of his documentary was History Channel's Modern Marvels.
Oh,
Ooh, is that the one with
Nice.
the aliens?
No, that's
Wait, that's
big
like every
buildings
History
and stuff
Channel.
like that.
Sorry.
aliens.
Dude, now that you say that, the
Everything's
main
like
guy kind
alien
of
and
looked like him.
Bigfoot.
That guy kind of looks like the alien guy.
Aliens,
does.
man. Bigfoot, yeah, Bigfoot and aliens, basically. So a film of this caliber obviously needs 3 writers.
Oh, yes.
We have Peter
Maybe not.
Garrity. This is his sole writing credit. We have Rex Hawk. He has 2 writing credits.
I'm sure that's his real name.
That is a cool name.
Rex Hawk.
Yeah, he has a film called False River, which I looked at it because I thought maybe it might be interesting, and it's not.
It was just a lake.
It's just
It's
a
some
false
dudes
hope,
that
right?
escape from prison, and then they're like Huckleberry Finning in the South. I don't fucking know why anybody would want to watch it. We have Mark W. Rosenbaum.
Dude,
Who
what
has
are you
2
talking
credits as
about,
well.
Aaron? False River. 3 patients escape from an insane asylum only to
Oh,
realize the
Jesus.
outside world is just as crazy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It sounded cool. I'm like, oh, how crazy could it be? Is it like a zombie apocalypse or something? No. It's just some dudes tooling around in the South.
But it stars Salvatore Zireb.
Yes.
That's an interesting name.
I know. Don't know who that is.
Wait, you don't know who Salvatore Zireb is?
Is he related to Anus MacGyver? Anus. Shit. All right, so our music was by Patrick O'Hearn. He was 16 credits for Falcon Crest TV show, White Sands, and Crying Freeman.
Freeman.
That one's going to come up again.
I think the music
All right.
wasn't that bad in this movie.
Yeah, for the most part, it was pretty cool. The beginning was a little rough. Our cinematography was Choi Elizondo. It was 20 credits. Mostly it was worked in camera and electrical department, so a bunch of credits for that. Most notably for History of the World Part 1.
It's good to be the king.
Yes. All right, so some movies to check out. We have boom.
Whoa, that looks cool.
Dude, that's a cool cover. Yeah,
That is a cool cover. The movie's not going to be that cool, but that is a cool
Nope.
cover.
Yeah, a badass.
Wait,
Wait,
they
zoom
might
in
have
on the
Dolph
guy.
Lundgren in it or something.
Can you
I
make
mean,
the
A+ for
enhance
the
on his
artwork.
face? Enhance.
Enhance.
Enhance. No, on his face.
Oh,
There's the
down
snake scale.
Is he
Oh,
doing
he's a
karate?
priest.
Looks like.
Is that karate?
This actually looks like that Steven Seagal scene from last week.
I mean, we got to get this poster artist, guy. This is cool
Everybody goes
stuff.
flying. So this one looks pretty cool, but the story sounds a little intense. I'm not sure if we can handle this. So this is also from 1988. Prepare. A priest battles a demon that kills sinners in the act of sinning. You can't see my face right now, but I had said, what the fuck?
Now
So
I
you
am
kill
not a.
them while they sin?
Wouldn't a demon want to encourage sinning, not killing them?
Yeah.
I'm not a religious person. But from my
I don't think that's how
understanding,
any of this works.
well, I'm not baptized. And I was told because I'm not baptized, I'm going to hell
Yes.
because I have original sin.
You are.
That's why that
You're
lady was
going
waving
to-
at you.
You're going to hell.
She's like, "Move away, sinner. Away with you, sinner." Yeah, probably.
That's probably why.
The old man shaking his hands at me was Moses or something. I don't know.
No, he was just jerking off in the middle of the street.
Did your babysitter hang herself at your 6th birthday party?
Yeah, she
Oh,
said,
Like,
"This is all for you, Chris. This is all for you."
It's all for you.
But we lived on a single story rancher, so it didn't really work. She
Just hit the ground.
She hit the trampoline and bounced off and broke her arm.
All right, moving on. We have In the Shadow of Kilimanjaro.
Oh, enhance on that face.
That's like a. Isn't that a cartoon character from something?
That looks
It
like
looks
a
like a
raccoon.
It looks like the guy from Madagascar, right?
Isn't that just
Yeah.
a
Ice Age. Ice Age.
Ice Age. That's where they got him from.
squirrel?
These guys need to be suing Ice Age. This is
No,
this
that's
is like some
a
John Carpenter
baboon.
money.
That's
you know?
not a squirrel. Wait, you guys
And
think
there
that's a
are
squirrel?
90,000 of them.
The thing
kind
in
of
Ice
squirrel is
Age was
that?
a squirrel. It was
It's a squirrel,
Cybertooth squirrle. Not Cybertooth.
Saber.
Whoa.
Cybertooth.
Cybertooth
squirrel.
squirrel.
Whoa! New concept. Ice Age 20,000.
Hold on.
Ice
Cybertooth.
Age 2049.
I guess everything would be melted then, so it would just be like the sun.
I need acorns.
Guys.
He
Alright.
like throws out explosive acorns.
No.
Everything's underwater. That'd be cool.
Grab your nuts if you want to live.
Cybertooth tiger. That's a cool idea for a movie. I
That
don't
is
care
cool.
What you guys say?
Cybertooth squirrel.
Now, the
sounds
squirrel's
cool.
Stupid.
So it's like a saber-toothed tiger, but it's like a cyborg.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a
So
robot.
it starts in Antarctica. They dig this thing up with the DNA and they put it into the robot, and then all hell breaks loose.
They put in the
Right?
robot in
Nice.
this. They're in this facility, the secret
Yeah,
facility.
it has to be
They're-
like a facility
They're
scenario.
in Antarctica, so there's
They
nowhere
can't
to
get
go.
out because the storm is raging.
There's a blizzard.
I
There's
like it.
help can't come for
Solar,
another
solar
week.
radiation.
And it's this hulking robot. And instead of just putting it in like a box and talking to it, they decided to make it into a killing machine and then put it in there. Because they
Is
think
that a
it all through.
cyborg though, or is that
cool.
a robot?
Why did we give it machine guns? I don't know. It seemed like a
Sorry,
good idea
Aaron, we
at
are
the time.
hijacking this thing.
That's why we do this. It's to spin off this stuff. It's fun. Okay, in the Shadow of Kilimanjaro, because of a severe drought in Kenya in 1984, 90,000 starving baboons go on a murderous rampage, killing humans and animals alike.
Mr. Frodo.
I told you.
You
it was
shall
baboons.
not pass.
Fly. Fly, you fools.
Fly, you fools. All right, we finally, moving on. This one's for Chris. Oh, fuck. I fucked up.
Oh, it's got Mark Dacascos in it.
Marcus.
Yep.
It's Discascos. I can't say
Nobody
his
can
name either.
say it right. God damn it.
Dacascos.
He's
Is that a
crying.
sword he's crying
Lindsay
on?
says it right every time.
The
Is that a
dragon
sword or a
sword?
cigarette?
I added. Oh, he's got tears.
This is going to be a drama, right?
Okay.
Discascos.
Are you ready?
He's so sad.
This is from 1985. A woman sees an assassin outside San Francisco killing Yakuza men. And later in Vancouver. She's
Can I
been
ask you a question?
told that he leaves no witness.
Vancouver.
Will
You
she
really
be
gotta
his
work
next
on these
victim?
synopses there.
So wait, she's.
I didn't
he's
write
just like
this.
he's just standing outside San Francisco, and he's like, "Oh fuck, that guy
In the
got
hills
killed."
of San Francisco. She's got her
And then-
binoculars on. Oh, shit.
then-
I
and
see
then
the
you said-
Costco's.
And then it
then
began in
Toronto?
Vancouver?
Vancouver.
Yeah.
He's like right
that's
by the
quite a
welcome
hike.
to San Francisco sign, just like
Quite a hike.
And then he turns,
no
looks
idea.
over into Vancouver, and he sees another murder,
I have no idea, but it looks pretty cool.
and a single
Somebody
tear
should check it
falls
out.
from his eyes.
Single tier.
That doesn't
Because nobody can
quite
pronounce his name right.
look like Mark Dacasco.
I say his name right, but I say it with a terrible Midwestern accent.
Let's hear it.
Mark Dacascos.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, that's pretty
great.
good.
I didn't know you were from
Don't you know?
Chicago.
Don't you know?
It's Mark Dacascos. You know?
Let's
I-
all head
I-
up to Madison and then
I add like 4 S's into that thing for some reason. Discascos is what
Well,
I
I think we
say.
got to watch that sometime. I mean, look at those
Yeah, this
tears
looks
of
pretty cool.
joy on there.
That's what we're gonna look like after we watch that movie.
It's like after every movie we watch, just like crying.
That's all I got for this week, guys.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't even
That was
prepared
good.
to pivot, Aaron. Aaron,
Nice.
whatever you got going on with this background normally too, this is like
Yeah, this
stylish. This is cool.
Looks good.
Wanted to match my personality.
Spiv's still a constant
Aura
disappointment
is
as far as the background goes, but
I
all right.
like AJ's here. That's good.
Yeah,
that's
I like
great. I'm
AJ.
just
Nighttime
floating in the water.
stars,
AJ
yeah.
makes-
Good.
Lindsay's got a whole set. What's your? Come on, Spiv. Step
AJ's
up
giving
your
me
game.
like an aquatic like I'm
He
at
does
the-
have a guitar on the wall.
we all have
That
guitars.
works.
I got millions of guitars.
Wait, is AJ Steve Zuzu or whatever? The Aquatic Life of.
I'm underwater with mine.
That movie's hilarious.
Oh, he loves
is.
this
I
camera.
can change mine. Mine has lasers on it.
Has
Now
lasers.
there we go.
Yeah, it's a projector actually.
Nice. It looks really cool.
Cool.
It's pretty
All
cool.
right.
There are these night projectors you can get. And we won't get into it, but
So yes, this if you were listening, AJ is blue. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right.
that's
Thank
fair.
you,
Fair
Aaron,
assessment.
for that history hole.
You got it.
Patreon. Whoa! Join the Patreon. $2 a month and you get some stuff. Whoa! Patreon.
Hey everyone, go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and sign up for $2 a month. You get access to the weekly pre-show as well as other bonus podcasts and videos. Patreon.com/badmovienightshow. All right, Destroyer. Spiv, what did you think?
I was in for a good time.
Okay.
I liked the premise. We've seen it before, but it's a fun one. You know, serial killer electrocuted comes back to life, terrorizes the prison or innocent victims. And then we had 40 minutes of nothing happening, and then a whole bunch of off-screen kills, and then an ending that was like 6 hours long.
Oh my god, yes.
So I did not like this movie, Chris.
Not a fan. Okay.
There
Aaron?
was no ticker.
Oh.
I'll say that.
Is that? Oh, fuck you. Fucking.
The ticker.
God, you better not bring
Because he
ticker
didn't have
up, everybody.
Seagal, right?
Exactly.
The Whispering Ninja.
Aaron, what'd you think?
I thought this was going to be a little higher energy film. I didn't realize it was going to be. I mean, I know we talked about in the trailer it being a movie within a movie kind of thing, but it was not what I expected. I'm not saying it's terrible. I just don't know that I really got the point of the whole thing.
Too much for your little brain to comprehend is what you're saying.
I just don't know why you need to do a movie within a movie if it's just going to be a simple slasher film. Like this just.
Yeah. We
Oh,
could
so
talk
you
about
didn't
They
like
had to
that
be
for
in
a
meta
while.
nature. You got Anthony
what?
Perkins.
What?
He was pretty good.
Perkins?
Mother. What'd you say, AJ?
Then we had that whole like.
movie.
Oh, I was just going
God.
off. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but the movie within the movie, like,
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. Jeez. Okay, Lindsay, what'd you think?
There were a few parts that I did enjoy, but they were few and far between.
You like that dirty white ass song.
You kiss my dirty white ass. I don't remember that.
Whatever the hell that was. It was terrible.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
But yeah, it was very boring in the middle. It wasn't exactly what I expected. And the end just went on so long. It just kept going and going and going. And I was a lot of things to say about the ending, but I'll save that for later. But this wasn't my favorite. I'll say that.
AJ, what'd you think?
I think for me, when I watch a movie and I'm done and I'm sitting there and I have more questions than I think I need to have, it's a bad scenario. I just have so many questions, and I think we're going to talk about it, but I was not a fan. It was not what I expected, which is okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. You know me, I don't like slasher movies to begin with, and this is like slashery at parts, but it's just not for me.
You weren't into the hair eating?
We'll talk about it. I mean, that's a thing. We'll get there.
That's a thing, Spiff, okay? That is a thing. And we will
It's
get there.
definitely
Thing
a
to be
thing.
discussed for a long
I'm sure
time.
there's a show on TLC all about it.
No, that's
My,
how to...
my strange addiction.
Yeah,
I eat hair.
how I eat my couch, and now I'm working on my cat. I don't know.
Oh god.
I was
Standard daily fiber.
I was disappointed in this movie. I will say, like, the beginning I thought was really well done. When it walks in on him sitting there.
Oh my god,
and
yeah,
he's
the begin's
on
Watching the
amazing.
game
Death
show,
row.
he's
They
the
use like
That intensity.
Yeah.
They
So
use
good.
the what are they called? The what the fuck are
The
those
split
lens-
focus.
The split
Yeah.
focus lenses a couple times in like really cool sequences. Just the editing, like he's squeezing this doll and he's like obsessed
Yeah.
with this TV show.
That's creepy
Yeah.
as hell.
It
Yeah,
was.
like-
It was. Yeah.
And I thought his performance was good. And then I was even kind of like stressed out by the fact
Yeah.
that he's on death row, and like I started thinking about this through my head, like, how do you come to terms with that? Like, I'm about to just die. I don't know. So I was like a little depressed, like,
Yeah.
like I was like, I don't know, worried. And
Yeah.
then when that happens, when they kill him, whatever, they electrocute him, and she wakes up from a nightmare. Everything past that, the movie is just a decline for me.
4
That's
minutes
fair.
in.
That's fair.
But basic positives. I think this guy really gave it his all and had some
Yeah.
intensity in scenes that
Yeah,
it really
seriously.
worked. But it was just the lack of like kill sequences. Like it's a
Yeah.
slasher. Like I'm here for the kills. Give me the kills.
And they're all off screen.
They're all off screen. And I didn't mind the meta thing, like this movie within a movie. I think that was fun for a little while. I liked Anthony Perkins showing up
Yeah,
as the
he hammed
director.
it up for sure.
But yeah, it just doesn't come together in any way past that.
Well, I mean, there are a few things that come back. I mean, we'll talk about it later with the ending and stuff, but it does connect at a few points.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I liked the flashy construction things down in the basement. It was a neat atmosphere.
There's literally a scene.
They just didn't use them enough.
There's literally a scene where she asks him why you're doing this, and he's just like, "Cause." And I thought this is going to be the big reveal, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to
Why
figure out
not?
everything in the movie now, and it's just like, yeah, why not? I'm like, okay,
I feel
no,
like it.
we're not.
Right?
There's a bunch of like little things where it feels like they're opening plot points or threads that'll
Yeah.
be teased here and
I was like,
explained later.
I wanted to grab him like ropes for my life, and I couldn't grab it. I just kept slipping.
well,
And
like
there's zero character arcs or anything. It's just everything is flatline. That's
Flatline.
it.
yes, he at the opening he's like watching the TV of whatever Jeopardy or what was that show was called?
Yeah, it's
he
like a
gets
Wheeler
game show.
Dealer, something like that.
Deal or No Deal? Is that what you said?
Wheeler Dealer.
Wheeler
Wheeler
deal.
Deal?
Yeah.
Wheeler
That
Deal.
whole opening
Some
was
made-up
just
one.
was great.
That was awesome because
Yeah.
it
It was so
uses like
dark.
how actual dreams work to put everything everywhere. Like people she knew were in there and all the TVs and everything, and how they would go back and forth between the game show and what was going on. That was
Yeah.
really cool. That was my
was
favorite
so
part of
dark.
that sequence. Yeah.
Are you
Like,
talking
I was
about when he's
watching
like
that,
being electrocuted?
Yeah, like he's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
spinning the
Up to
wheel,
that
and
point
he's
with, like, the
pushing
tight
it.
shots.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was really cool.
I think I have.
Like
that.
I was like,
It's just you and me now? Okay. Oh, man. I can't believe it. They hit the jackpot. All pull the lever. Yay. Okay, come on. Come on.
Yeah, that part was really
so
cool.
intense.
I didn't catch that
intense.
in the. Was that the warden as the contestant?
Oh, I don't know.
Think
No, I
so.
think it's just some guy.
Yeah, they
Are
look
you
somewhat
sure?
similar, but no.
But that was so intense, and it set the mood like so dark, and like I was like, oh my god, this movie is gonna be dark, and
Yeah.
it surprisingly really wasn't after that point. It's like
No,
it
because
isn't, it
usually,
isn't.
usually the little bumper at the beginning of a slasher film that like sets the tone for the rest
Yeah.
of the film. And this was like the high point of the the at the beginning. So
I
everything
know.
else was so disappointing.
It's the roller coaster effect, guys.
There was a
At the
few
top.
moments like later on, and I mean we'll get through all the plot, but like because the guy is so big and like the main punk guy, the protagonist boyfriend or whatever, at one point he gets like ripped out of the car and just like
That was-
thrown around. That was fucking awesome. There was like a cool,
Yeah.
couple sequences where he's just like throwing people around. That was like, wow, this is really
Yeah.
cool.
No, there were parts of that ending that were genuinely terrifying and creepy. Very creepy at some points. But
Yeah. I
just
really
took
feel like they
forever to get
wasted
there.
potential with this guy, Lyle.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, he
Lyle
was good.
Alzado? Is that what I'm saying right now, right? I don't know how to say names. Somebody, Mark Dacascos? I don't know who it was. But AJ, you were talking about that basement, or Spiv was?
Yeah.
This is another one of those movies where they're like, well, it's a basement, so it's obviously still a nuclear reactor because it's all blue and huge. And
All right.
every fucking time with these movies.
I
And
mean,
they made, who had to turn on all those construction barriers?
we'll learn about. We'll
God,
get into it, man. There was a lot of stuff in this basement, and it keeps surprising you throughout the movie. You're like, oh my god, there's
was a
cars
sewer
inside the
pit.
prison, in the basement. What?
that was like the
Motorcycles?
aliens APC scene or something. Where they're driving down.
Yeah,
The
right.
guy's
Exactly what it was. It's like we're still in the prison, right? Like in the basement.
So when they take you to get executed, there's always like the people watching. Who are
Yes.
these people?
a lot
Usually
of it's
victim's
like
family, right?
yeah, victims' family, lawyers.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
actually citizens can do.
And people
or
can
used to
just
be able
come
do
to
that.
these
Yeah,
things
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Why would you want to sit there and watch that?
Because you have issues.
You have issues. Yeah.
Maybe if you're a
Any-
big
any-
fan of the goatsy.com and you can't find it anymore.
I thought you were
I
gonna
don't see
say
how those two
Trump,
are
but
related,
okay.
but okay.
Oh, I don't know. I was never on there. You were telling me how like disturbing it was.
Not for that reason.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was like, I didn't know if it was family of like the victims or something. But I don't even know
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would you even want to witness that?
I don't know.
There's also
hard to
sometimes
say.
friends or family of the person getting executed there
Jesus.
too, which has
remember
got to be
listening-
awkward.
I can't make it to cards tonight. I gotta go watch Steve get executed.
Steve smells so delicious.
You guys want to get KFC after this? I'm a little hungry.
Oh my god.
I remember listening to this thing on NPR a while back, and they were interviewing an executioner that'd been doing it for like 60 years. The guy like pulled the switch and like being retired and
Damn.
like all the stuff he's dealing with now later in life from having that job. It's crazy.
Not worth it.
Crazy.
Do they even electrocute people anymore?
In
Maybe
Texas,
some
right?
states.
Maybe Texas.
I think it's like an option, depending. But I can't imagine someone would choose an electric chair.
What
as
is
an
the
option.
most humane way to kill somebody?
Lethal
They, I
injection.
don't think
Lethal
anybody.
injection?
But there's
That's what they
questions
say.
about that too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
there
that
are.
doesn't
You have,
always work.
you have to
either.
get the dosing right, yeah.
Right.
That's what they do to pets. You basically overdose on anesthesia.
So then you just
Supposedly
kinda fall
gassing
asleep and
isn't,
die.
depending on what you do with gases and tube bags, just like you're breathing in and you fall asleep in a sense. You're not like
So,
choking.
like,
Yeah, and then you just
like just you fall asleep.
carbon monoxide? And just go, yeah. I don't know, man. I could use a nap. That sounds pretty good.
They should shoot them all into space or something. Like,
You are
I
almost
don't know.
40, Aaron. That's
Shoot into space.
Shoot them
I don't
into
know.
space. Put them on a ship and send them to Mars, right? The colonize, like that movie. What's that
That's what
movie?
they did with
Just
Mars
give it to the
recently.
flat earthers and give them some rockets.
Man, so he does get his last meal, which
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
That
Is
looks
a,
like
a
shit.
burger
Is it
patty?
asparagus?
I have questions. That's a burger. That's obviously a burger with ketchup on it. But what's with the asparagus? That does not fit with
I-
this. And
I think-
mashed potatoes with a burger? What?
What's the other
Is he
potato
eating
thing?
on a foam
Is it
thing?
beans?
That's the worst
No,
part of
That
it.
refried
That's
Yeah.
And
plastic.
biodegradable. It is plastic.
Well, also you get to choose what your last meal is.
All right,
and
what's your
who
last meal?
chose that. Oh,
Oh,
god.
man.
Oh, a steak, right? That's what everyone picks.
Pizza.
Nah.
Steak.
I love steak.
I probably
but
would have asparagus, though. I like
What-
asparagus.
what
I
is
probably
that,
want,
like-
want something filling, right? Because you don't want that to come back up, right?
Oh, that's the other
You're
thing.
gonna
When
die.
you get
That's really
You
electrocuted,
want a
Yeah.
light meal. You want like something really light.
I want to. You want dignity?
yeah, you don't want to shit yourself on your last seconds on that.
Why does he smell like Fritos?
Just saying, like
You want like a slow braised meat of some sort where it's like, okay, but it's going to take 36 hours. So you're like,
Some
yeah, yeah. I only want brisket. Yeah,
I
They
wouldn't
had
be
the-
able to eat before it. I'd be too nervous.
yeah. How would you enjoy that?
I don't know. You've been on death row for assuming
Quite a
you're
while.
long
Yeah.
time. Usually,
Well,
like
if you're this
10
guy,
plus years.
you've killed, what, 36 people or whatever.
He killed 24 people, Spiv.
Bitch.
That was the Freddy Krueger coming out at him.
that's the
Speaking of
other
him,
thing. Like
He says bitch at least like 76 times in his mouth.
Yeah, good.
So does Freddy Krueger.
Give me a bee.
Is that what he was? I didn't understand the
Yeah.
bee thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he was trying to go for? Okay, that was so
I
stupid. Then.
think, and because one of the people he supposedly killed was that game show
Yeah.
lady.
yeah, that's why he was obsessive. He's like obsessive about it.
So the game show lady, I thought that later it was gonna be like, well, he's obsessed with this protagonist lady because she looks like the game show lady or something. Because he does become infatuated with her, but
There's
it was
no
unclear.
reasoning. There's no
Yeah.
reasoning
Yeah,
why.
that was my problem. I kept kind of hoping there was gonna be, and it was just a bad thing to hope for.
Well, we find what the one point she finds the doll hanging there with the sign. Like, and what does the sign say? It's like I miss you or something like that.
Yeah.
What do you
So it's
think of
like they
those
have
moments?
history.
Like, yeah, what was that all about? These like
The
little
doll.
tags for
Where's
her.
he getting all these dolls from in a prison?
And then how
His-
come they disappear when she comes back to them? Like the one in the cell vanished. Like, and
Did
like
he was he in the toilet and he pulled it?
that's what I mean. Like, how did that happen? Was she just going crazy? I think there's a psychic connection. This is my theory between him and her, right? Because like she's having dreams at the beginning of the movie about him.
That's true.
She's
She
never
is
met
having
him, never seen
That's
him.
true.
Has a dream at the end of the movie about him, and then sees notes that is left for her, but no one else sees. Like they are connected by.
Maybe
Psychic
Chuck
ability.
is
Maybe
him.
she
See?
is the. Maybe she is.
I have
him.
theories. I think they're
This is
connected.
like,
I think there's a reason why
What's that movie?
he wants to murder her, because she knows everything about him through these dreams.
You know what? You know what we missed at the very end? He's actually your brother.
Oh,
he
twin
did
brother,
get the
right?
father son.
Yeah, we got the father son.
Yeah.
Yeah,
father
twin
son
brother.
reveal.
Yeah.
Yep, the psychic connection makes sense
actually-
then.
He got all the muscles.
He's actually you. You hold up a mirror and it's. Wait, how does that make sense?
It's like Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Just don't watch it again.
Oh my god.
But that's not a bad theory, right? I thought that was a good one.
Sure. I mean, honestly, there's no hints at anything. It's just a bunch of like little threads they open throughout the movie that just are never explained, which would have been fine. I wouldn't have cared if, like we said, like it would have just been paced in a way where it was like, oh, here's a cool kill sequence. Here's a cool kill sequence, because the guy was working. The set was cool. The setting, the lighting.
The janitor guy was.
The lighting was cool.
Spiff, I love the creepy janitor guy.
Yeah.
Who we find out is his father.
Right?
Whoa,
It was like a Star Wars
Work
movie.
at the
Spoilers. Yeah, and at one point, he eats his own ear at the end of the movie.
Oh,
which
God.
That was so cool.
I have a present for you.
He must have been a fan of Van Gogh or something. Just like cut it right off.
I feel like that's the thing with this movie is they wrote it and they're like, well, none of this makes sense. It doesn't matter. Well, what if he just eats his
do
ear?
whatever.
I think they just made this cool prop and they're like, oh, his ear comes off in the prop. Oh, we're gonna run with that because it's cool. Just have him pull it off and eat it. Can't get the ear.
You know
attached.
that the dream at the hospital at the end was meant to be the ending, but then they're
So-
like, no,
That would make
no.
sense.
Well,
That
I
would
got a
make
big
more
question. I got kind of like the big question here. So
Yeah, let's hear the
right,
big question.
so him being executed is a dream sequence, right? So it's not necessarily the reality of what happened. Right?
No.
Because this is how we can play off that he
think that
wasn't
is
killed.
reality.
Because he wasn't killed. He was killed, but he wasn't killed.
But he
And
still has
then-
that like skull damage.
And and he's
stuff
got the
going
big
on.
scar.
Okay,
right
that's fair.
here.
So
we find
were
out
you?
the story from Fingers at the diner.
Yeah, and fingers. Yes,
Oh,
that's
that whole
that's,
scene. What the fuck?
Were you hiding this guy in a prison for 18 months? Can you tell me
Yeah.
that? Where is he hiding?
He was living in that shit tank. The guy fell in.
the basement.
So you're
He
telling
fell
me
in the shit
like
tank.
the prison
in the
gets
office.
overrun, that they don't search every inch of
He's
that prison
listening-
after that
no.
scenario,
Alright.
and when it
He's
closes,
listening to the Lawrence
Okay,
Welk show.
hold on. Let's
why
just
would
take
you
a
want to stay in a
quick.
prison? He was there
let's
his
take
whole
a-
life. Why would
Let's
you want to
take
live
a
there?
let's take a
Quick,
quick
quick dive into shit
Question.
tank.
Let's take a quick peek at this.
Shit tank.
Hey, everybody.
Sorry, I'm getting fired up on this.
Focus.
I wanna live in this prison for life.
Let's take a quick look at the basement.
Why are they on?
Russell must be afraid of the dark.
I thought they made license plates in prisons.
You've been watching too much TV, Mom. Watch your step.
It makes no sense. Why
This
is there so much blinking lights in the
this
basement?
is a post-apocalyptic world in an
Yeah.
Albert Pionne movie.
Yes.
And it's the basement of this prison.
It
I'm
is.
pretty sure we're on an
Olympian
alien
basement.
spacecraft or something, right? This feels like it.
with the haze and the yeah.
It was good.
It's cool. Maybe they're just on another set and they reused it.
What
That
they
could be.
should have, like, they have the good elements there. Oh, the dad is actually protecting this guy. He should have been like locked in or something, and like he
Yeah, like
escapes or
caged, and he
something.
lets him out to like
Yeah.
feed or something. That'd
Yeah,
be
and,
cool.
and he's because like when he comes out, like the first time we see him, he's like all shirtless and stuff. And He
Yeah.
just looks like this crazed like animal.
He looks
And then-
crazed.
He should have been more like his brain got burnt during the thing, and now he's just kills instead of being like having
Well,
like.
they,
I like
they
it.
did imply
Look at that. You already improved the movie. 2 seconds in.
They implied what, Spiv?
that he was like half animal from the electrocution that
Yeah,
failed.
he's half alive or something.
I mean, clearly
really didn't
electricity does not
explore it.
kill him, as we learned throughout this movie.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Is this the
that.
game?
Those
got the
eyes.
best
Oh my
eyes, man.
god.
Dude, when he's licking those scissors and putting his
Yeah.
tongue in between them.
Oh,
I thought he
it
was
goes
gonna cut
on
it
and
off.
on.
What did you think about those scissors? Those are like those old like school scissors that the teacher has. What does he have those for? Those aren't really torturous, right? They're just like
Well, they
fast
had them there
scissors.
to. They
They
used
were
them
really
to cut
big,
his
like
pant
shears.
leg,
Yeah.
so they
Okay.
could fit the.
These
the
are like
electrocuted
surgical
thing around
scissors or
it.
something. you know?
Yeah.
And then we also have the B storyline with Anthony Perkins as the director. Oh, his eyes are shut. Fuck,
My
sorry.
god.
Oh, he's tired. It just looks like
No,
Joe Biden there falling
Actually,
asleep.
he's taking a shit. It's Biden giving a speech. No, he's just taking he's taking a shit right there. And then you have the diva lady.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she was something, right?
So annoying.
It kind of reminded me of like Kim Cattrall from like the 80s.
Maybe a little bit.
And they are lovers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Sort
really?
of.
I wasn't sure about that. I mean, he seemed really really over her. Even from the start when they're making the movie, like he just did not want to be.
She's a diva.
She was
She's
a total diva.
She's the washed
She's a bit of a
B
washed
movie
up.
star.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're making an exploitation prison film,
Yes.
right?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't.
Yeah.
I
The
don't think we knew
Death
that at
House
first.
doll.
It's pretty hardcore,
Death
isn't it?
House.
For like
There's lots of nudity in for this.
It's a
movie,
women's
yeah.
prison film.
80s?
Yeah.
I guess
We should
yeah.
watch more of those. Just kidding.
No, you don't want to watch those.
No.
They're not good.
Porky's 3 Penitentiary.
So this isn't like a production. It's just like
Yeah, it's made it seem like they're all kind of washed up. Although
it was a small crew.
Well, you have. What about your pyrotechnics guy? Your special effects guy,
A
Radar.
comedy relief, radar.
Wires.
Comedy relief character.
I thought his performance was good. There's like
Yeah.
a scene where and I thought Anthony Perkins was good too, but he's
Oh, yeah,
like
they hammed it up.
he's
Yeah.
like,
He
are we
seems
like
way
they
He's
do
way
like a
too good for this film.
well, maybe, I don't know. They do a take and then the tech guy's like messing around and Anthony Perkins is like, "Are you good?" And he's like, "I think so," or whatever. It was like it was all like real natural. Like I liked it. I wish that I just wish that storyline, that little B storyline, kind of like interwove into the killer storyline in a way.
I think that's the
Like-
problem with like the whole film production. It like was unnecessary for like
Well,
other
yeah,
than
'cause
like to kill people. You
Yeah.
have people in
Because
the prison.
before they showed like the actual movie being shot, I thought they were there doing a movie about what happened.
Yeah, because he's all
then-
interested, right?
That TV.
Yeah, and
It's a
then all of a sudden
documentary.
there's all these women because he had all the research the writer did, like put up on the walls and stuff, and he's asking all these questions.
Yeah.
So I thought that had I thought that had something to do with the movie he was writing, but no, it's an exploitation women in prison film, and that I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's
Is
like a
that why
good.
she was so angry about that wall?
I
That's
think
what she
so
wakes up
because it
from her
had
dreams. She's
caused
very
her
pissed at that
dreams,
wall.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's just like such a better idea anyway. So they're making a documentary, and because they're poking at stuff, people don't want you to poke at it, so they start murdering people off. Like, there's your
Yeah.
story.
That's
yeah.
Like, that's a story you can like make work.
Well, I mean, there is kind of a meta-ness to it because, like, they're doing the shower scene and they're like, this is the only way we can get skin into the film. So, I mean, they're kind of commenting on themselves a little bit, but taking a step back. So that kind of works, but not
Look,
good enough.
those women needed to animate. Lindsay.
Okay, animate, girls. Animate. Animate. Brilliant.
If I ever had a director yell at me, I'd be like, I'm gonna leave.
There's a certain kind of person to direct a scene like that.
Oh my god.
Do you think that, because you mentioned before I had like 3 writers, do you think like this is like hobbled together 3 different scripts or something? It
might
almost feels that way. You know what I mean?
That could be done. Yeah, I could buy that.
Which is why none of the threads kind of tie off in any way.
I mean, do you think with 3 writers, you'd be like getting all kinds of loose ends tied up? You know, that's a lot of people looking at this thing.
You're
I
just
just think if you're
making
gonna
more
do-
loose ends.
a film within a film, and it's a horror film, that the film in the film should be a horror film as well.
Yeah.
So you're killing people off, like
Yeah,
they're
and
filming
like
a movie. And
you
then
have like
somebody
props
dies.
that are like weapons. And
That
kinda
works. But
did.
this just
a little
They
bit.
did. I mean, they were electrocuted. Like most
but
of the
it
kills
wasn't
in this
really a
movie
horror
are
film.
electrocution.
Well, I guess they did. Yeah, they had that one mannequin they melted.
Can we talk about
The doll.
Yeah, we
Hooked up the electric chair.
I can
yeah.
show it. Yeah, we have it.
Stop! She's dying! Abby!
David.
Give it to something!
Turn it off.
Oh, Bobby! Stop!
Why was she so upset about this doll?
Because
Because
it
it's
looked like her, and
Yeah.
she's all
Yeah.
about image.
Why?
Yeah, let's talk about the generator, right?
Yeah.
Because this is like a big plot point. Like the generator always overflows and it shuts
Yep.
down the prison, right?
Yes.
No
And
one's ever
who
dealt
made
with this
that
issue.
system? The power shuts down, all the doors close and lock.
Spiv.
Just
keep in
2
mind-
of them. The
Well,
one to
because
the,
they
Yeah.
to
changed
the
it after
chamber,
the riot.
and the one to get into the prison.
Yeah,
Only
so
those
if
2
There's
you're-
doors.
only one door into the prison.
So,
Yes.
Like, come on.
so if you're in the room and overload the generator, you're basically
screwed.
stuck there
You're
forever.
stuck
Yeah.
forever.
That seems like
That's
a
a
really
design
big
flaw.
like security flaw, like huge, huge security flaw.
Yeah.
I like the
And-
sets though. I think they actually used a prison.
Yeah, the set was
This
cool.
this area where it was like a couple floors definitely looked like a real prison. The chamber where they did the executions looked fake.
That looked like a
looked
set.
set.
Yeah, that did
Yeah,
look like
for
a set.
sure. Well, would you want to film in a real electric chair room? No.
If you want some authenticity to your movie spiv.
Well, they didn't want that.
I want to
for this.
just shock you.
Yeah, so that's a good point. They actively actually shock her. At
Yeah.
one
That's a
scene.
lawsuit. That's
That
a fucking
drives you over the edge.
He's
yeah.
like, it's an
Could you imagine?
Oscar-worthy
Especially when you know that
scene.
thing's been like faulty to begin with. You're gonna do that
Yeah.
to somebody? That's crazy.
I tried it first before we electrocuted you. That's not
Just
a real
forget
great
about
peace of
the
mind.
doll that melted
Jeez.
yesterday.
Right?
Yeah. What about the Warden? We didn't really mention this guy. He
Yeah.
looks like something out of Dukes of Hazzard.
It was just a very cartoonish performance
Yeah.
and character.
So
There wasn't much to
basically it.
him.
The warden didn't know this guy's living in his jail for 18 months.
Yeah.
He's not a very good
you
warden.
guys are AJ, you specifically are obsessed with the fact that
I
this
just
guy
don't
is
know.
somehow getting away with
This
living
guy's
in this jail.
huge. This
After
guy's
we
huge.
already
Where
showed
is he
that it's
hiding?
a nuclear
Where is he hiding?
factory in the basement. It's a fucking basement where it's a nuclear factory.
I just think like that would be looked over carefully after a riot and of shutting down of a facility like that. I think
Well,
someone
why-
would notice this giant
That
wrestler
and they'd be like,
hanging out.
"Where is his body?" I don't know.
Where are all these goddamn road signs down
Well,
here?
they
I guess
do-
he's
they
hiding
do
down in the
mention-
sewer, right?
They mentioned that a little. They say that two of the people who were supposed to die in the riot turned up a couple months later robbing a bank in Florida or something.
I missed that apparently.
But why is Russell even living at the prison? The janitor guy.
He's like the caretaker.
Yeah,
But
he's
if
like
If there's no one there, why does it
leftovers.
need a caretaker?
keep kids from breaking in and like electrocuting themselves.
Just overload the generator and no one can get in.
Cut power to the building.
Aaron, if they cut power to the building, all those road signs they keep in the basement won't work.
Can you imagine being the lone security guard of like a prison like that?
No,
That would
no.
be it.
And your job is to keep kids
Terrifying.
out of there and people out of there, and drug addicts out
Oh
of there.
man, you'd hear so much noise.
Did you
Be
ever see
scary.
that movie Mirrors with what's his face?
Yeah.
God, what the hell's that? The guy
Yeah.
from 24.
24.
Jack Bauer.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen
Kiefer
it.
Sutherland.
Kiefer, the Sutherland,
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Lost
Yeah.
Boys.
Yeah, he's like a nighttime security guard at like a place
Yep.
with mirrors. I don't remember anything about the movie. I don't know why I brought it up.
It was a horror movie.
I think Amy Smart like cuts her mouth open or something in
Oh,
the tub
God.
in that movie. Yeah, I want to say it's
Would you
like
take a job like
Aha,
that?
Alexander Aha. What?
Would you
Cut
take a
Amy's
job
mouth
as like the
open?
lone security guard of prison?
No, listen. I took a job cleaning a doctor's office at night, and that was the most terrifying thing in my life.
Was that scary?
Especially
You hear lots of
since you
noises
get
and
robbed in
things?
places.
Did you hear
fine.
voices ever?
No, I would immediately put on my headphones and have something playing, and if I was focused on that, I could just go about my thing. But it was like a horseshoe-shaped doctor's office, and there was hallways in between, so I'd always feel like out of the corner of my eye, I'm seeing somebody on the other
Yeah,
side of the
shadows
hallway.
and stuff.
And then
Maybe
I
it
would
was
start
a
thinking
ghost.
about it, and then the sound, my podcast or whatever I was listening to would automatically stop. And I'd be
Were
like,
you by
"Wait, what?"
yourself in there?
Yeah, and by myself.
Oh, that's
Nope.
scary.
The one
That's
day I
scary.
came, and the doors were unlocked, and I walked in. I was like,
That's a
"Well,
bad
no
sign. Did you
one
call the
was there."
police? Did you call the police?
Call the police. They came. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Did
But hey.
anyone else have trouble understanding people at different points in the movie? Because the
Yeah.
sound mixing in this movie was shit.
It sounded like they tried to fix some with like
Yeah.
adding some sound effects.
But it was very echoey.
The
in a lot of
opening of the
spots.
movie even said something like, "This is
God.
this is a hobbled together master of footage we could
Oh,
find."
yeah.
That's what
What was,
yeah.
what was the
What was that company?
Cheesy
Cheesy
Films.
Films? We
That's
gotta see what
the
else they
production-
have.
Yeah.
Cheesy films. I love
I'm
it.
excited about this.
This was the
research
best one we
cheesy
could
films.
find. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Cheesecake Factory came up first.
They put this out and they were bankrupt.
Cheesecake Factory is definitely overrated. I'm not gonna lie.
They have too much food on the menu.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do. Their cheesecake is pretty good though.
Their
Cheesecake is
is
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you ever go to King of Prussia, I'm not waiting 45 minutes to get Cheesecake Factory. No offense.
Yeah, especially since it's diner food.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, I digress. Let's talk about him eating hair, because I feel like that's a weird thing. And some people are
Yes.
probably into it. But let's
think-
just take a
yeah.
look at this real quick. could see you get sexual pleasure maybe out of somebody's
It's a
hair,
fetish, right?
but like he looked like he was like eating it because he was hungry, or like he
maybe
like enjoyed.
Maybe he was just hungry.
He's been living
Maybe
in a
that's why he's
basement for
murdering
18
people.
months. He's hungry.
Yeah, he probably hasn't eaten hair in a while.
I mean, he wasn't even like collecting it or anything, right? He's just eating it.
He's just
I could
eating it.
I could see like grinding hair up and like making a coffee out of it or something like that. Like, but the texture of a hair, like, is that really going to be good?
I mean,
don't even
you'd be
think you
like,
could eat hair.
Yeah, think about
It would
that
get
when you
stuck
get a
in your
hair
mouth.
stuck in your throat and you're like, you're trying to wash it down, you can't. That'd be the worst feeling, right?
That's what he
I'm
would be
wondering
like.
if this guy just did it. It wasn't in the script, and he just did it, and they're like, "Keep rolling."
Yeah, they're like, this is intense.
Animate.
This is fucking
raw.
weird.
Animate.
I know what happened. That's then that's what
And they're
happened.
like, they gave him some more cocaine and they just kept going.
Right?
He just started eating hair. Anthony Perkins walked in and said, "I'm fucking done with this movie." And
Because
that's why.
that girl had a pretty genuine "what the fuck" reaction on her face while he was doing that. Like, is
I
he
don't think
fucking
we've
cutting
seen
my
this
hair?
before, right?
What,
Eating
hair
hair?
eating?
Yeah.
I don't watch
Maybe
enough
Texas Chainsaw? I don't
TLC, but apparently I think a lot of people do eat hair and shit.
Yeah, well, hair's back now, but
I think people do that because I think don't people go like bald in some spots because they're like eating their hair?
Well, they'll pull it
that's like a
out.
stress thing.
Yeah, trick or trail mania or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's not stress. It's like people that bite their fingernails down to nothing.
Yeah, that's still not as weird as eating hair.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this.
I wondered.
music.
I wondered if that was cut out of the Tubi version, and it was actually an extended scene.
Oh, that was the original shower scene between the two protagonists.
Yes.
You think there was
Cheesy
actually like
films.
nudity supposed to be in there, and it was cut?
The music was there. It was really out of place.
Yeah.
But then it was like
That's a
3
good point.
seconds long.
It was 3 seconds long, and I don't know what the purpose was, except to show their love. But they already
Yeah,
woke
because
up
I
in
mean,
bed together, and
they show full bush later on in the film, so why would they cut it? I
That's
don't
a good
know.
point.
But it was very
Maybe
just
Tubi's
like,
like,
hey,
sure,
here's
go.
this. Now it's done.
Tubi's like, we can only have so much bush. Trim,
Right?
trim that bush.
We only have so many shower scenes in the movie. It says right here on the water bill.
Where was that shower at? Was that in the prison?
Yeah.
That was it the prison?
I don't know.
I think it might have been
it
their
was their
apartment,
apartment.
right?
Yeah, because what happened? He fell in the tank, and then he
that's
showered
right.
afterwards.
That's
I mean, because he's on the set later, but I don't know. This
Are they,
movie's
like,
all over the place?
A believable couple for this movie?
No, she looks like his aunt. Like when they started, I was like, wait, he looks like a 14-year-old skater
the
boy,
flock of
and she
seagulls
looks like a 35-year-old aunt.
He kept talking about being the writer, and I just couldn't believe he was the writer. And then he
No.
brought that mannequin in. I was like, oh, he's just like a grip or something.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he was the writer.
Yeah,
It's so weird. I guess I don't know.
that hair and that leather jacket.
Look at that puff of that hair. I don't know about like. I feel like the hair is not very thick, and it's just kind of.
He's got those crazy widow's peak.
I'll tell you
yeah,
what I
yeah.
did like though about her character was the jump stunt, and then they brought it back later in the movie, except for she didn't get away, which was kind of like defeating the purpose. But they did reuse her stunt abilities, which was cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
That was
the
cool.
I forgot about that.
even though she's a stunt woman, she's definitely not a stunt driver.
No.
Yeah, let's talk about that ending. I mean,
So
you
many
knew they were gonna
construction
have.
barriers.
Well, you knew they were gonna have like a false kill, like
Yeah.
Of
every
course.
slasher, and it was pretty obvious because the way he dies is he just gets electrocuted for like the 80,000th time.
And
Yeah.
we knew he can't
This
be killed by that.
time is-
Yeah, and it was lame. Like it
Do
wasn't.
we
well
ever
done or
learn
anything.
why he can't be killed?
Well, he does
Cocaine.
get killed.
Cocaine.
Steroids.
Superpower is cocaine.
He just has a lot of muscles. The electricity doesn't get to
Do we
him.
ever learn why he lives in the prison?
Get the fuck out of here with this shit, AJ.
I mean, there's so many questions.
Because he was there already, AJ.
You tell me he's been locked up his whole life, and he chooses then, when he has the
you're talking
opportunity to
about how he
leave,
got to death row?
he just stays in prison.
I think
For
he's just a
18 more
creepy
months.
motherfucker. They're like, you should be in prison.
His brother's just like, you have to be in here forever because I can't control you outside of the world.
It's like Sleep Stalker, you know, his brother's outside and doesn't know he's his brother.
I'm just so confused by this concept.
It's the writer guy.
Chris, if you ever go on a murderous rampage and impale somebody with a jackhammer, I'm going to be on the other side of the wall going,
And then touch it.
And touching it.
Where?
what the fuck?
I know.
That would have been okay if they would have showed the jackhammer going into the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they
That
showed the
kill
gun.
was
That was kind of
such
cool.
a waste.
Yeah.
The one that upset me the most was the copier guy.
Yeah, right.
I wanted
He
to
just
see that
show
kill
up and
happen.
his head's there. You don't see any kills.
The jackhammer is such a
felt-
cool weapon to be using, too.
Mm-hmm.
It almost
I was
felt
hoping
like
he would have
used it
used it
once.
more.
Yeah, just run around with it.
You ever use a jackhammer? They're
Can you
a lot of
imagine
fun.
carrying it like that? I imagine they weigh quite a bit.
That would be great because then people could be running away and he's coming slow with it, you know? Where are they going to go? They can't go anywhere.
Well, then also, she hears there's the recording of the whole crew and the shower ladies getting killed or attacked. But we don't see that either. I mean, the noises are disturbing, but there's really not. They
almost-
could have done so much with that.
It
Yeah.
almost
What do you
feels
think
like
happened?
there's footage missing. Like,
Yeah.
it feels like they just
Maybe
Because
footage
some
got
of those-
exposed or something and lost.
That could be.
like some of those kills do feel inspired if we would have saw them. Like that
Yeah.
copier thing would have been cool in some way, maybe if we
Yeah.
would have saw it. But it's just seeing the aftermath. We do get
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Perkins kill, but it's just getting shocked. His
Yeah.
eyeball
Yeah.
pops. That was kind of
is
fun.
pretty
That was
alright.
fun.
I did like seeing the eyeball pop. I'm not gonna lie. And then the ending. Let's talk about the ending. We talk, Mr. Destroyer, for whatever reason this movie's called Destroyer, gets shocked, but then he gets back up, chases down the car like a Terminator, rips our punk guy out, throws him on the ground, who then finds a motorcycle, and he holds his
Well,
arm
it's-
out like again he's a
It's the
Terminator.
cop's
It was the
motorcycle.
cop's
a wrestling
Was it? Okay.
motorcycle. Yeah.
That scene was cool though.
Oh.
When he holds his arm out and knocks him
Just
over.
clotheslines him.
Yeah.
I'm just
breaks the
confused by all
windshield,
these
too.
vehicles inside the prison in the basement. Like, how'd they get
Well,
them
they
in
could have
there?
been from the film set.
It was the warden's car.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, was
the
it?
Cops, and the cop's
Yeah.
motorcycle, yeah.
See, they should have at least gave you set.
They showed...
Oh yes.
They should have just explained, a little bit of the space awareness of where people
Spatial
park the
awareness,
cars
yeah.
and stuff. Because
Yeah,
I
but-
assumed that was in the basement randomly. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was the basement or what that was, but
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
No, you could never.
No, it doesn't.
You never got your bearings during this film as to where everything was, because the elevator
Yeah.
was supposed to be a thing. Because they mentioned that it can short circuit and do
Yeah.
these things,
Yeah.
and it never does that.
Never
Now
does.
he mentions it while they're in it, and it's like and then he goes, "You should walk, take the stairs
Yeah.
or something." It's
Yeah.
like, oh, what's gonna happen? This is
Yeah.
gonna be later on. Never later on. So many
Well, I did.
moments like that.
Yeah. I did learn you take the giant stairs all the way down. You go across that thin catwalk with the cliff, and then you get to the generator. I did get that eventually because he kept
Yeah.
re-showing
Why is
those
the cliff
sequences.
there?
But if you climb down the ladder and you take a step forward, you're in the shithole.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
you
a
don't wanna do.
problem. No,
That's a
because you
problem.
can't get out of the shithole. There's no way out. You're
There's
stuck
no way
in
out.
there.
But there are bodies in there. I don't know whose bodies.
Well, that
The
was the
warden.
warden who was melted.
Yeah.
He was dumped in there.
I assume Russell burned it.
Oh, you're right. Right.
But they should have had a little cage down there, and then you'd be like, oh, that's where he's been staying for 18 months.
I think he was just staying in Russell's office watching Lawrence Welk.
Who's
Yeah, he was
Lawrence
pretty
Welk?
addicted to TV.
Who's Lawrence Welk? Oh, jeez, Chris.
Spiv, I am not born in the 1930s like you.
Tiny bubbles.
Man, Lindsay knows.
We had to
My
crank our
grandparents
cars to
watched
get
him.
started
Exactly.
back in the day.
A 1 and a 2.
All right. Is there anything else with the Destroyer?
There's
Oh
a
my gosh,
lot.
probably. Yeah.
Is there?
One of my favorite scenes was when the actress loses her mind and starts drinking, and she pulls out her Miss Dairyland sash. She's like, "They used to want me, and not just for my body, or for how I
Just
looked,
for that.
not just for that." And she's stumbling around the set.
She
with
wasn't
this-
even old. She was like,
No,
yeah.
she's stumbling around the set with this bottle of whatever. She holds on to it even when she's being attacked. She's still got that bottle of alcohol.
It's a good thing because then she smashes it against Russell's
Yes,
head.
but I'm like, that's gonna be me in 10 years when I still have only 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I used to be something.
I want to know why she was still at the prison. They'd all broken for dinner and
That's a good point.
left her there.
And she
None
has
of
a
that, yeah.
hotel room because they talk about that.
Yeah.
Like she has her stuff still at the hotel.
Like, would you
I
want
guess
to
it's just
stay in
another
this
set
if
they
you
didn't
just-
have.
It's very unfocused.
Must
The
be.
movie is very unfocused with that
Yeah.
stuff. Killer
Did you like
opening,
that?
though. I'll tell you that. Killer opening.
That opening was amazing. Did you like
Mm-hmm.
the fire death where he's like stumbling around on fire for a while? That's pretty cool.
That was cool.
It was cool. It was a little.
Oh, we're
but it
talking
wasn't-
about the
He lit up
bathroom?
very quickly.
That's because he fell in the
Yeah,
gasoline.
gas
tank.
on him.
Oh, that's right.
It was
I
no
don't-
Maniac
still-
Cop 2.
I still feel like that's disappointing ending, and because I mean we can watch it, but she has like a.
Oh, don't play the whole
Well, I don't
20-minute
think
thing.
he's dead. I think that's the point, right?
Yeah.
Because he
And then
comes
he-
back later. In her
Well, because he
dreams.
falls in the shithole.
Oh wait, I
And
don't.
she has
have
that. She has that dream at the end about their psychic connection, and then it opens up to a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
She does have an end line, where he says something to the fact that like, oh wait, I do have it. Let me upload it. But he says something. She says something to the fact like, we can be together now or something. Or she's like, I'm
It's-
alone. I don't know.
It's just us now.
Yeah, and she says I'm alone, and like, what is that even in reference to? Like, I didn't know that there was some sort of relationship here. So.
Yeah.
It's just you and me now.
It's just me.
She does look younger there. When they first
That's a good
introduced her, I
shot.
thought she looked much older.
It's very
I think it's the
Ripley-esque.
wardrobe makes her look older.
Very Ripley-esque.
Yeah, I like
It's the
that part
jumpsuit.
of the movie. Yeah,
the
jumpsuits
jumpsuit.
are cool.
I think at
Jumpsuits are
that point
cool.
we assume that her boyfriend's dead. Therefore,
No,
it's just her.
He can't die either, dude. He gets like his head smushed. He
should-
gets
Oh,
picked
yeah.
and thrown
Remember
out
he
of
was
the
getting,
car.
like,
He gets
cracked
thrown
and
into
stuff?
a
Well,
car.
then he's like cranking on his arm when he's got his like foot on his head. He gets the shit kicked out of him. He serves
does.
no purpose at the end. He doesn't have a weapon. He
Yeah,
cannot.
he
take
doesn't
this
come
guy
to
on
save
physically
anybody at all.
At all, no.
He just
Yeah.
hangs out at the diner and does exposition.
He's
dump.
actually
Right?
completely pointless of a character to have.
The only thing he does is he gets the guy to leave her there handcuffed so that she can do her little switcheroo with the dummy and have it flipping him off so she can set up that electrocution thing. That's the only point he serves, is to get the guy away so he can come back.
Yeah.
That's it.
He did have a cool like 1980s laptop at one point.
Oh
the
yeah,
diner.
that thing was like 6 inches thick.
Oh, that
Yeah,
diner scene. He would not disclose any information at the diner.
No.
That diner
Fingers,
scene
work
almost
with me,
ruined the movie.
fingers.
It was
Yeah,
again
the-
another
the-
moment where I was like hoping for some kind of real world explanation and got nothing.
Nothing.
How did this guy? Was everyone in the prison know this guy's still alive, other than the warden?
Stop asking questions.
I mean, that's what I'm getting at here.
You're ruining it.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's
The whole town knows. That's why they don't go near the prison. He's like, no, there's a fucking killer, and they're not going near the
Yeah,
prison.
even the taxi driver will know.
Yeah, that's because he knows he's on the list in there. Everyone knows.
yeah, I don't get it at all.
Do you think
There's
if
no
there was-
explanation for anything.
if there was a big prison riot, would they let a film crew in there 18 months later?
It's a year and a
I
half.
guess if they
Biff,
close the prison,
if
they
you crunch
would.
the numbers.
Yeah, but they said, what didn't they say? Like 1,400 inmates died, and
1,400?
it was a big number.
Yeah.
No, I thought they said like 37 inmates died or
I
something.
thought it was 37 guards.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And so the
Hold
prison
on.
closes, right? Why is the warden like still have access and coming around? Like, wouldn't he just be relieved at that
ask
point?
that You asked that earlier. It's in his jurisdiction, AJ.
He's not
He's
relieved
on-
after this incident of
14
people dead.
They still-
like
they-
it's
they
like a
cover
war
that.
zone in there. And he's still working.
It's a war zone.
They
yeah.
do
Man, he
cover
must
that.
have
He's
won
on the
re-election.
prison- He's on the
easily.
board.
Gerrymandering, AJ. It's called gerrymandering.
Jury voter fraud.
All right. Anything else? All right, can we move on?
I'm amazed we talked about it for this long.
I am
Yeah.
amazed too.
I was really
I
hoping
mean-
he'd drive that truck through the entrance of the prison to get in. I really thought that was what was going to
Yeah,
happen.
there needed to
I
be
thought he was
something
going to,
else, but
yeah.
I will
He
say
did blow
this
it up.
though, our main girl, our final girl, She's in Grizzly too. The Revenge.
Oh, there you go.
I just noticed that earlier.
Actually, she did a movie just came out this year, right? She's in something
she's
right
still
now.
working actress.
In school. Valley Girl
Deborah
or something.
Foreman?
We should have her on the show.
Deborah Foreman.
Yeah, she could tell us about all the missing footage and the
Could
plot.
say, Deborah,
No, we
how
can't,
was
'cause
he
I called
living
her
in the
an
prison
aunt.
for 18 months?
Yes, I really want to know.
God damn it, AJ.
It's just such a huge plot hole. It just makes no sense at all.
It would have been fine if he was either supernatural or he like
That's what I'm saying.
It didn't have like his
didn't know.
faculties to him, and he was just like
If
a monster.
he had the skull face from the poster.
He could just
Something like
materialize out of
Jack
thin
Hammer
air, and I would have been
Bernard.
like, okay, at least we got something. He's a ghost.
All right, are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm ready for your game, Chris.
I have a game.
We must
First,
move on.
does anybody have
scared.
any alternate titles?
I have 3, and they're terrible.
All right, let's hear them.
Destroyer of acting careers. Real Borer. I was kind of bored. Jackhammer versus Jill.
Rio Borer?
Real Borer.
Real Borer. Real.
It's a real borer. Real borer.
Jesus, this is a fucking new low for you.
Said they're
My
terrible.
God, the hell is going
Listen
on?
here, Mr. Anus.
Does anyone else have any?
Anus?
Anus.
Lindsay, you have any?
Shocker to the prison
No?
years.
Well, there's like Destroyer, hardly knew her, or Destroyer, I hardly have a character. What was the other one I thought of? Oh, Drill Baby Drill, but not really. That was about it.
Oh my God, these are fucking awful. I thought this movie was gonna be like, so easy, but no, I struggle with everything in this movie. I'm blue, but I'm mean, so die.
I'm blue, but I mean so die.
Because the whole like prison was blue the entire time.
It was
Because they had the
blue.
orange traffic lights.
No brawls on cell block 99.
Ooh.
Alien 3, original Fincher cut.
That's good. I like that.
And Electra pooped. I don't know why I did that. Oh, because I feel like if you were electrocuted, you'd probably poop yourself.
Probably.
Just would happen. That's just life finding a way. And then, I know I just wrote down Shawshank Redemption. I never did anything.
Oh, there's also like
Just watch that movie. It's so good.
Green Mile 2, Electric Boogaloo.
There you go.
It's very Green Mile.
All right, cool. Let's move on and play a game.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of puppet. Try your best to slot in. Your conclusions are highly plausible. Shall we play?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't quite
Okay.
sure what to do with the game. This is mostly visual in nature, so if you're a listener, you might want to check out the video version. But we can all agree that the main character was very buff, muscular man.
Uh-oh.
So I came up with Swole or Bob Dole.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to show you a picture. You tell me if it's our main character Lyle, main actor Lyle, or it's Bob Dole. Okay.
All right. I like these new games. It's good.
All right, here we go.
Oh, fuck,
Oh
not
my
again.
god.
4 pixels.
That's
really?
obviously Lyle.
That is a lot.
that
Oh, no, wait. That is a
like,
Bob Dole if I've ever seen one.
That's a
That is a
Lyle
Bob Dole
armpit.
cheek.
Yeah, that's like
It's
a
a cheek
face
of Bob
wrinkle.
Dole. Old Bob Dole.
It's a frinkle.
A
Yeah,
wrinkle? What's
Yeah, a face wrinkle.
Oh, a face wrinkle. Okay. Lindsay, what do you think?
Oh, fuck. I think it's our main. I think it's Lyle. I'll say.
Is that a pit?
Maybe.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
It is Lyle.
Oh, man. He is ripped. Look at that.
I
feel
thought
like
it
his
was
face
like a
photoshopped,
chest
though.
area.
Yeah, I forget what it is. I think it's this his little armpit is what I
Yeah,
what
I think it's that left armpit right there. Or
very
right
good.
now.
Half of you got
Chris,
that
you
right.
should describe it to the audience when you show it.
Okay, I'll describe it going forward.
Flesh-colored lines.
All right, question 2. Now
That's
this
Bob
is
Dole.
That looks like old people skin.
okay.
It does look like old people's skin.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
So it's
are
definitely
you,
Bob Dole.
Are you
Bob
suggesting
Dole.
Bob Dole looks like scrotum?
I think it's
Didn't he do
that's like a
Viagra
laugh line,
commercials?
right? It's like a
Okay,
laugh line.
I will describe it for listeners. There is two very noticeable lines. There's some scruffy, which could be hair, it could be wrinkle, it could be musculature. You can't really tell. But I believe the consensus is saying Bob Dole.
It's Bob Dole.
Yeah. That's a doll if I've ever seen it.
That's a doll.
Yeah,
That's a doll.
That's a doll.
All right.
Oh my God! Please get that face off the screen.
Does he have glaucoma?
There's your villain.
All right. Question 3. I got to upload answer 3. I didn't upload
Oh
it.
God. Is that a nipple?
Jesus.
Is that a fist?
All right, that's definitely a cheek, and that's a nose on the left, right?
Yeah.
That's a nose.
You're like
No,
right next to the
that's,
nose.
that's a fist.
Listeners, there is a very
like a
well
thumb.
defined line in
That's
the
a
middle
thumb.
with
That's a
a deep
thumbnail right
crevasse.
there.
It kind of looks like a crevasse. If you were looking at like maps of Mars, it kind of looks like that.
It's the face on
It's
Mars.
another scrotum. Is what it looks like.
Somebody's got a one-track mind here.
All right, it is in fact yes, it is in
It is
fact
thumb.
Bob Dole's scrotum.
Oh, look at that finger. What's going on there?
I don't know. I didn't want to comment
Oh,
because
my
I feel like it's
goodness.
some sort of medical thing.
Oh, okay.
that's
Maybe it
awful.
is. I'm
That's his
sorry.
cheek there, yeah.
I thought maybe it was just bad Photoshop or something.
Man, he's
Yeah.
getting old. Is he still alive?
He's
not
still
alive, is he?
No, he's alive.
Is he?
Is he? Wow.
Yeah. All right. Good job. I feel like you guys mostly got that one. Where's question 4? God damn it! I didn't upload question 4 either. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
I'm really enjoying these.
All
flesh
right.
Maybe,
Question 4.
This is like what doctors look at.
Now that looks like a scrotum.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna say that's Lyle.
I will.
Yeah,
I
that
will
looks like
say
a
for
Lyle.
listeners, the bottom right does look very scrotum-esque, perhaps veiny in some way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
If you
There's some discoloration in the bottom right.
you ever do one of those things where you have to like squint and like cross your eyes and then look at it again?
Oh my God! Don't do that.
It starts to look
Makes it
very
veinier.
like it looks H.R. Geiger-esque.
Yeah, it's like an eye down in the corner.
What do we think that is?
I think it's his
not a
it's
sailboat.
Bob Dole's eyebrow. Like it's up near his eyebrow. It's a wrinkle.
Oh,
Poor Bob.
it does
Dole.
look like old person skin.
I think it's
Right,
Lyle.
right
but
above
I
it,
don't
there's
know.
like some grayish. I
It's
think
probably
it's
Lyle.
hair.
I'm gonna fly on this one.
I'm going Bob Dole.
Damn it!
Ooh.
I forget where it's
Where
at.
is it?
Ooh, stoic.
I think it's his eye, right next to his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing that's going on there.
Okay.
All right, question 5.
Oh, that's much more taut.
That's a Lyle.
That's a Lyle.
You got
That's
that
a Lyle.
blue gel going there.
It's
from the
4
movie.
different shades of pink, and Scott says it's more taut.
I do see 2 little
It's very glossy.
circular little beads, perhaps
Pustules?
moisture.
Yeah, it could be
Perhaps
moisture
pustules.
from the
I
prison.
think it looks very
Could be
Looks
spittle.
like a forehead.
There's some
people-
shine.
maybe,
a forehead.
by the
shine.
eyebrow.
Old
Oh,
people have
maybe, I could
spittle.
see
It
that.
could be
There
spittle.
could be white hair down there, yeah.
But it looks glossy, like that one photo we
Yeah.
had. That he was
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
drenched
saying.
in oil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Lyle.
Okay. Bam! Wow.
Yes.
Ooh, that's
His
really
forehead. You can
Is
see
that
the
a
little. white-
real scar on his face? Like, is that actually
It
his
looks
I
good,
don't
scar?
know.
though.
It looks
It
awesome.
looks good, yeah.
Looks
Yeah.
really good.
It's
All
cool.
right. Question 6. That is
Another
actually.
one.
I actually obtained stills from Spiv's recent colonoscopy.
It's a trick.
Couple polyps.
These are all from Spiv.
That is in fact a polyp.
I'm gonna go with Bob Dole
Gotta
again.
get the music in
Is
there,
it a
please.
pickle or is it a polyp? It's your next game.
Some pixelation or some like
I'm gonna
horizontal
say
smear,
Lyle
right?
again.
I'm thinking it, yeah, I think that's
It is kind
shine
of
from the
glossy and
oil.
sheeny, yeah.
I think it's,
I'm
I think it's
saying-
Lyle.
Bob Dylan.
Bob
Dylan?
Dylan.
How do you feel?
Like a polyp in
Rolling
Spiv's
I'm
Stone.
sticking with Bob
Um,
Dylan.
What makes you think that's Bob Dole there, AJ?
I don't know. The music, it's radiating from this still.
I will say there's for listeners there are 3 noticeable lines that are whitish hued amongst a sea of pink, and I don't know what that means, but let's see the answer.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
It's up
that's
his
Lyle.
head there.
yeah.
He's having a good day.
All right.
He's
and,
crazy looking. God damn.
And the final question, and perhaps the most disturbing one of all.
Oh God. That's a vagina.
I think it's a trick. I think it's both of them combined as one image.
It's freshly waxed.
It's in fact Bob
so
Dole's
bright.
vagina.
Is this from the shower
Dole,
scene?
for sure? That's Bob
It's
Dole's
very bright.
forehead.
It's very bright. I'll grant you that.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
definitely
God.
forehead-esque. It's like that, yeah, it's forehead.
I'm gonna
What are
say
we doing with our
Lyle.
lives?
I don't know.
What'd you do last night? I stared at 4 pixels and tried to determine if it was a butthole or Bob Dole.
Butthole or Bob Dole.
That was the other game.
Oh, God damn it. I can't.
Hey,
Glad I
anyone
wasn't on
else
for
is
that
willing to make up a game that like this, go for it. I spent a lot of time on this, so thank you very
No,
much.
it's good. It's great.
Is it a taint or is it a t-shirt?
I do think Steven Seagal or Seagal would have been good.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is Lyle.
Oh, God. Wow.
Nice.
Look at that thing at the top
Look at
of his
that
head.
flash.
That's what it is. Wow. Wow.
That's a flash.
Wow.
Man, those are some
Wow.
serious, like, wrinkle
That
things.
looks like he was like out on the town and
Yeah.
someone took a photo of him, like a paparazzi caught him off guard.
Have you been drinking? No.
Right?
Just the pressure in his eyeballs has to be insane.
I don't know how you guys did, but that
Especially a
was
brain tumor back there. Yeah.
that was Swole or Bob Dole.
Can't wait for
Thanks,
next
Chris.
week's.
You win a night in the old prison.
I like being here.
I tried. All right, let's move
Very
on.
creative.
And yeah. You are listening to the Bad Movie Night podcast. Do you have a recommendation? A question? You want to talk about bad movies? Then join us over at our subreddit. Just search for Bad Movie Night on Reddit and join our community. Now, back to the show. All right, AJ, would you recommend The Destroyer?
Personally, I would not, but I could see someone that like slasher movies of this era would definitely want to check it out because it does have some really good moments with the violence, and even though they don't show certain things. But personally, I would not recommend it. Him being in that prison for 18 months is just too much for me to handle. And
It just shattered the realism.
yeah, it just shattered
Apparently,
the questions for me. Questions all over the place.
Okay. Lindsay.
I don't think I would. I mean, because it's not a great slasher movie or anything like that. It doesn't follow the right rules or anything. And there's just so many unanswered questions where it crumbles. It doesn't hold together in any aspect. I mean, there's one or two great scenes, but that's it. And I don't think that's worth wasting an hour and a half.
It's like those butter cookies where like they're good, but then they just all fall apart and you're like left with just crumbs
Like a
everywhere.
Butterfinger.
They're Cookie Monster cookies.
Yeah, and it's like I enjoyed some of this when it was there, but it all fell apart and now it's just a mess.
It's on the floor.
It's on the floor, like Bob Dole's fucking chin. Aaron, would you recommend it?
Poor Bob Dole.
I know.
Yeah,
poor
I mean,
Bob Dole.
I would just echo what everybody else has already said. It wasn't for me. I think it had some kind of potential, but I would like to see this Lyle guy in something else. I think as a crazed madman, he could pull off some really fun. Like you could use him and make it a fun movie, but he was underutilized.
Scotty P. Dizzle.
Yeah, there's so many better movies like this. I mean, Shocker is an obvious choice.
Shocker.
Yeah,
That's what I
this
was
one-
hoping. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, this one just it didn't come together.
I mean, I feel like Shocker probably had more of a budget and stuff.
Yeah.
Shocker was good.
Probably, but
was
it was
good.
far
I mean,
better
most
than-
definitely. I'm pretty sure Shocker was in the theaters. I doubt this was.
Mm-hmm.
This had so much potential for me. I was super excited. Like we said, that opening sequence was awesome. I think Lyle did an amazing job. I think he was great, and I think he could have been like iconic if they just would have pulled together the rest of the movie in a way. Anthony Perkins was good. It's a bunch of great things. It's just like the sum of all of its parts is like a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had potential for sure.
So much potential.
Especially with them. You're right.
So, all right. I probably wouldn't recommend Destroyer either. But Let's move on and read some emails.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week we checked out the Steven Seagal action-packed exploder ticker. Love is a playground.
My career.
Whatever he said. Black. We also talked about how Chris is jealous of more attractive people on the show.
This is going to come up forever now. This is great.
Chris created a fake account for himself called Black Donner and says, OMG, Chris is so pretty.
You are beautiful, my brother. You are beautiful.
And then he says, oh, this is so random. I'm so flattered. It really sells it, Chris. It really sells it. Paul Lilienthal says Air Panic is one of his highest recommendations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's on our list.
Well, he still says Race with the Devil from 1975 is the thing to check out this year.
We should do that because we haven't watched any 70s stuff in a long time.
We've been stuck in the 90s for a while.
Yeah.
He also says Under
worse
Siege
places
2,
to be stuck.
He says Under Siege 2 is praised by Roger Ebert.
Yes.
Really?
He starts the review by praising Seagal's acting.
That's because Seagal's probably going to murder him if he didn't. Right?
Yeah.
I've only seen Under Siege 2 once. I remember it being pretty bad.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
If the film had been released in 2021, Aaron could have been Seagal's skinny stunt double.
I don't know about the skinny part.
Oh no, you should see Steven Seagal nowadays, Aaron.
Yeah, he's crazy looking.
And,
so am I.
Oh boy, Paul. Too Fat, Too Punch and DJ Paunch make a great mixtape with Nas.
What the fuck? DJ Paunch?
I don't know. Paul's so much younger than us. I don't understand what the kids
DJ
are talking about these days.
like a little belly.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's smarter than me, so that makes sense.
He also says people uniformly believe Hitler could love a dog, but Chris refuses to believe Seagal can, and I can't help but to agree.
I stick by that. Steven Seagal.
It was Seagal's
He's kind of
dog in the
scary.
movie.
He's intense. You know, he was rated the worst host of Saturday Night Live.
God damn it.
They won't have him on the show anymore,
Yeah, you know,
So
he was
boring.
so bad, Netflix removed his episode. He's literally been cut out of Saturday Night Live. Yeah, because that episode was so bad. Yeah.
I don't think he has a sense of humor.
He bullied some of the writers into changing stuff, and he was just a mess.
He's got a bit of an ego, I think.
A little bit.
I think.
Oh, this is
finally.
before he was fat too.
Finally, Paul says.
It was when he was at the top of his game.
Yeah.
This is like Chris Farley era.
Yeah. He
It
did
is
his
Chris
whole skill with
Farley
Chris
era.
Farley's dad. It's pretty funny. Well, not really, but
Is it
could've
Fat
been.
or Fat Seagull?
It's Chris Farley and Steven Seagal. There's a movie I never knew I wanted to see.
Tommy Boy 3, Under Siege. It must feel bad to be Treat Williams, the guy you get when you can't afford Tom Sizemore anymore.
I don't think a Treat Williams is
He's
a
a treat.
B.
No,
Tom
he's
Sizemore.
It's very different.
He's too charismatic and likable in a way that Tom Sizemore certainly isn't.
and he's a good-looking older guy too. He's like grown into his looks, where Tom Sizemore is just kind of bloated and got weird.
getting rounded.
There's something you can aspire to, growing into your looks.
You've really grown into your looks. Treat Williams. I don't know, Lindsay.
Well, he's got like he's like
a visual
he's like
treat?
a hot grandpa kind of feel.
Grandpa.
There you go.
That's a movie we need to make.
Hot Grandpa. All right, I'll grant you the hot grandpa thing. All right, Treat Williams in Hot Grandpa. Coming 2021.
Treat Williams, Hot Grandpa.
I like Treat Williams mostly because we get Tom Sizemore is Michael Madsen. Michael Madsen is Tom Sizemore.
Mhm.
They're interchangeable in ways where they actually both can be pretty good actors in the right roles.
Yeah.
But unfortunately have serious personal problems. In a way that Treat Williams just doesn't, because he's just a ball of old, sexy grandpa.
Whose grandpa has personal problems? Nobody's.
Not mine, because they're all dead. Thanks for rubbing that in, Spiv. Jesus. But Bob Dole's still kicking.
He's someone's grandpa. Oh,
I'll be your grandpa. What? I don't know.
That was creepy, Aaron, but it really fit you for some reason. Anything else?
Nice.
Yes, Mike de Rosier is lamenting the fact that Canada Amazon Prime is blocking Rage.
Oh, shit!
What?
Wow, too intense.
Mike needs to get on the Slack,
VPN
which is
that,
a
man.
Patreon exclusive. Spiv has
I'm back.
perfected his staring contest thing he got going on there. But yeah, Mike, get on the Slack, and we will make sure you don't miss a movie going forward.
Yes, Rage, peak action.
Yeah.
And finally, Maniac Movies LLC. If Nick Cage only eats animals that have dignified sex, can he eat cats? Since no one has ever seen them get it on. They could be freaks. Until recently, I didn't even know cats had genitals in the way I understand genitals. P.S. I'm Dylan, the guy that recommended you the Psycho Cop movie last year. My screen name changed because I started my own YouTube channel.
I like. We need to watch Psycho Cop 2.
I've already watched it.
Does Psycho Cop 2 have dignified sex?
Psycho Cop 2 has lots of strippers.
Nice.
And
it's an art form,
and a pretty good,
it's gone to the top of the
copy
list.
machine kill scene.
What'd
Wait, you saw it already? You watched it?
I watched that one by mistake that one week.
Yeah, he watched Psycho Cop 2 when we were watching Compelling Evidence. Intruder,
yeah. It has good copy machine kill scene.
I got a comment about the podcast on my Facebook page for my channel, and I can't wait to read it to you guys.
Oh, no.
Is
this going to be?
It says, I won't say who said it because I don't want to dime them out, but it says, I've been a longtime fan of Bad Movie Night, and you have really made the podcast better.
Oh, that's nice. Good. That's cool.
But you're not as sexy as Chris.
OMG.
That's so nice. Thank you. That made my day.
Pretty.
That's cool.
We're glad to hear that.
That is all our listener feedback for this week. No one ever made a Reddit thread for it, so.
What?
God
You
damn
spent
it,
all
so
that
sweet.
time making Swoller Bob Dole. You can at least make a goddamn Reddit thread.
Sorry.
Soswe's like too busy signing up for like 14 different
He's too busy
Slack
on our
accounts. He keeps
Patreon
adding
Slack
new accounts
here,
to
yeah.
the Slack. He's got like 4 different ones on there now. Do you see that? He's like Soswe 1, Soswe 2, and he like likes his own shit. Although I do that too. Do you guys do that on Facebook? If I write something, I
No.
immediately like it, and people commented like, "You liked your own thing." I'm like, why wouldn't I
God
like
damn it,
my own
why
thing? That's
post
why I
it?
fucking said it. Yeah. Anyways, I'm
guess.
going off. I'm like
Exactly.
losing breath because I'm talking.
Stop
too
using
much.
Facebook.
Yeah. So if you'd like me to read your feedback next week, just leave a comment on our YouTubes. And don't forget to smash the bell, hit subscribe.
Got it.
Spiff. Wow, marketing.
That's
job.
so
That's
good.
good.
That was
If
great.
I write a
Any more
script
of
for Hot Grandpa, will you read it live on air?
Well,
Can we
Best
act it
grandpa
out?
voice?
We will do a table read.
to smash that bell.
Oh man, that's like a Tom Hardy accent there.
Oh my god.
I'm
what
picturing
that
him
was.
as like an arsonist. Hot Grandpa.
I started watching some of the Steven Seagal Saturday Night Live
It's like a
sketch,
fireman
and this-
calendar thing. But
Oh,
he's actually
Chris,
an
it's
arsonist.
brutal. Like you can't even
This
find all that
Really,
stuff.
really bad.
This might be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life,
Yeah.
and I've recently seen Ticker, so
He's been banned. He's been banned from the show, Steven Seagal.
they should bring him back. He's like a completely different person from then. He's like 3 times the Seagal he was before,
Bring him
and it's worse in every way.
Oh, man.
Putin could guest star.
He could play Putin.
There you go.
No, Putin is way fitter than Steven Seagal.
I mean,
How
he could
dare you.
just do
He
skits
rides
with
bears.
Putin. Like that would be the whole show.
It should be a buddy cop movie about like destroying democracy and like I don't know.
Right? I mean, it could be.
Anyways, I fucked up. I was trying to make Paul really happy. I vaguely read some stuff. I was busy, and I picked the movie for next week, but apparently I picked the wrong one. But I tried. Anyways, that's going to do it for Destroyer. Next week, we're tracking out the 2001 movie, Air Panic. So let's go check out this trailer of a plane just blowing up.
Is that actually
That's exactly what BWI looks like.
That is so cool.
I would panic too if that's how they land the fucking planes.
It's like Under Siege. What is it? The one
It's
with
Executive
Keanu.
Decision 2.
That airport was at least
Speed
2 feet tall.
Speed 3. That's it.
Speed 3. Keep the plane above the ground, otherwise it blows up.
Terminal velocity.
I mean, it looks pretty cool.
I don't know what to say. Like, it's literally just
Looks
the plane
cool.
blowing up. What
Is
do you
that
think
really
it's
the title
about?
sequence?
Let's hypothesize.
It's a hijacking.
Yeah,
It's a
there'll be a
hijacking
hijacking.
for sure.
This
Although
is definitely
2001.
hijacking movie era,
Well,
right? There's so many
I'm
of these.
sure that it's came out around the same time as probably Turbulence
Yeah.
with Ray Liotta and
That's
what's
a
her
good one.
name? That is a
There
good
a couple
movie.
of those?
That was
You're
like the
gonna-
same time as Passenger
But wait a
57
minute, wait
came
a
out,
minute.
too.
Mhm.
This is 2001, Chris, you said?
It says it's on Tubi. 2001 goes by the name Panic on Tubi.
You're going to make a hijacking movie in 2001?
Yeah, not a good idea.
Oh shit, you're right. Somebody brought
Came
up
out
Ray
September
Liotta.
10th.
Ray Liotta is kind of like Tom Sizemore, Michael Madsen, but I think he's a little better.
Oh,
He's
really?
better.
He's like a legitimate
Yeah.
actor.
Way better actor. Yeah.
Well, anymore he plays a dirty cop or a gangster. It's
Yeah.
usually a
Plays
dirty
himself,
cop.
I keep trying to get Chris to watch Narc, and he refuses. It's like one of the best movies.
I'm
Ray
pretty sure
Liotta.
I've seen Narc.
I do
Remember, your
it for some
remember
reason. I watched
what's his
Narc.
face stole it from you? Or no,
He's
that was,
amazing.
that was
in-
Snake
in
Eyes.
that. Narc is such
He's
a
in
good movie.
he's in another movie called Phoenix. I think it's called. That's another good. I think Michael Madsen's in that one too.
All right, this is what Air Panic is about. A systems analyst for the FAA probes a software link among several airliners involved in fatal crashes.
Yeah, this
So it's
was
about
on
the 737
our
MAX?
to check out list last week.
Aaron, I do not remember a goddamn thing about last week. Do you know how much?
This was on our list
do you know
of
how many
movies to check out.
Do you know how many thoughts process through this brain? Like, do you know how many deep
least
thoughts I
6.
have all the time? The movie is made by Bob Mizorowski, who made Shark Attack from 1990. Oh, I'm just doing your history hole. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The movie is on Tubi. That's what we're watching next week. Like I said, it goes by the name Panic as well from 2001. We're checking it out. And that's it. That's going to do it for this week's episode, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. It was I feel like a little more low energy. Nobody was
really?
that excited.
Oh,
It
man.
was a little bit, but this movie was low energy.
Mhm.
I think that because it was just so confusing, and there wasn't any like part
Yeah.
that it was just that first sequence really that like set you up for this awesome movie, and then just nothing
Yeah.
happened for like
Yeah.
45 minutes.
It
So there
was no
wasn't a
kicker.
lot to get excited about.
kicker. And it's been quite a
Oh,
week.
I really like that
Yeah.
song.
Yes, it
that they
has.
It has been an emotionally draining week. The waving
Yes.
incident of 2001 or 2021.
So exactly
if you
what
want to
we're
hear
talking
about
about.
that, you got to get on the Patreon.
Yes.
That is get on the Patreon, patreon.com/badmovienightshow. Sign up. It's $2 a month. You get access to the pre-show every week, live, and you also get access to the Slack, where you can talk,
It's
and
totally
hang
worth
out,
it.
and see all of Sasui's accounts as he furiously signs up for new ones every day. I kid. That's it, guys. Like I said, next week is Air Panic on Tubi. Check it out, and we will catch you here next week. Have a good one. As soon as I find the bumper, and I just did, so see you later. Goodbye.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. Podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.